Good evening. Is this on?
Doesn't sound like it, but I think it is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, because the speakers are pointed out.
Oh, okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. I love it when we have a full house. I'm going to call this December 18th, 2023 Sylvania Board of Education meeting to order. Call the roll.
Ms. Hoffman?
Here.
Mrs. Conklin?
Here.
Mrs. Lavalette?
Here.
And Mr. Feller and Mrs. Johnson are absent.
Ms. Johnson will be here in a moment.
And
Okay.
so will Mr. Feller, I think, as soon as he can.
Yeah, he'll be here as soon as he can. Okay. Can you please join me for the pledge? There's the flag there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we are going to start with you tonight, Dr. Motley.
Thank you, Ms. Conklin. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to share some special news. I don't know if everyone is aware of this, but I was told one day last week that, for those of you that may not know, Stranahan Elementary is in the process of a pretty significant fundraiser in order to replace their current playground with a new playground, but for students that are of all abilities, right? Not just, we try to refrain from using disabilities, but all abilities. And they are, I believe, on a 3 to 4 year plan in order to raise funding for this special project, not only to be used by the students who attend Stranahan Elementary, but for our entire community, so that students who are abled differently, if they're in a wheelchair or a walker or have different needs, will be able to access playground equipment and enjoy the playground space like their typical peers. Well, I was informed last week, quite frankly, this is fascinating and just heartwarming news, especially this time of year. The Stranahan PTA received a $100,000 anonymous donation to support this effort for their new playground. So I believe they have collected now with that exact, thank you, Mr. Knuckle. I believe that takes them up to nearly 150, around about 150,000 toward a $800,000 need. But for an individual to donate that significant amount of money just speaks to the hearts of our community and someone who feels so strongly about helping our students. So I bring that to everyone's attention because that's a real bucket filler and it's for the right thing as it supports so many students in Sylvania and our surrounding area. In addition, I would like to share that last week, our Board of Education held its first kickoff meeting for our Master Facilities Plan Committee here in this very location. We had approximately 50 to 60 individuals who heard a presentation by our architect group by the name of The Collaborative. The participants in the committee actually took an opportunity to participate in a survey in real time in order to find out what the concerns were related to our physical facilities as we look at the footprint of Sylvania schools as we move forward for the next 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Specifically, again, looking at our facilities, current needs and future needs. And so it was fascinating to see what was on the minds of the folks in the audience, anything from prioritizing a preschool, because right now that's an area in which our enrollment is growing, and also concerns about growth of the district, especially here on the west end of the community. So we have also posted that information. The PowerPoint is available on our website, in addition to a list of all the participants that are on the committee. And stay tuned because more information will be coming forward as we continue to work through this 18-month process. And on a final note, this week is the last week of school before we break for winter break. I know a lot of students are excited to get home and relax, in addition to our employees that will have a chance to make some great memories with their families. I wish everyone a happy and safe holiday season. And that concludes my report, Ms. Conklin.
Okay, thank you. And now we're going to move on to commendations.
Yes, ma'am. It is my pleasure to share some commendations. First, we have students from Southview High School that are on the list tonight to be recognized for their ACT scores of 26 and higher. These SAT scores as well that were a score of 600 and higher. And those test scores or assessments were taken in October as well as August. And tonight I have the great pleasure of sharing with our audience, not only those here that are present with us or who may be watching later, we have the Southview varsity football team who is here this evening, as I recommend a commendation by the Board of Education for their 23-24 NLL Cardinal Division champions. Congratulations to these individuals. It's great to see so many of them here with us tonight, along with their coaches. So boys and young men, I should say, what we are going to do for those of you who are present, we're going to call you forward for your name, and we will hand you a certificate, and also to recognize those who have been a part of the work and I would say the discipline you had to achieve this. We knew you were on your way last year, but you made it happen this year, and we are so proud of each and every one of you. And Coach Hardy, we will probably hand you the certificates of those individuals who are not here to make sure that you have an opportunity to get those to those families, if that's okay with you. Perfect.
Do we want to approve the motion first, or do
We can approve the motion first, because
Okay.
that way they can exit. I don't know if they want to stay for a riveting board meeting or not. Riveting,
All right.
riveting, ladies and gentlemen. So
Tonight's a good one.
it is. So, hey, listen, I recommend item 3.1, the recognition of achievement, more specifically the students who passed the SAT and ACT with high scores, and our Southview varsity football team.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. All right, call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Tammy? Yes. Kim?
Yes.
Joe?
Okay, we are at our first opportunity for public participation for items that are on our agenda, and we have no takers. So we are moving to you, Mr. Koch.
So treasurer items for the month, just do it in consent. 5.1 previous board meetings. We have 3 November 21st special meeting, regular meeting November 27th, and then the work session on December 11th. Treasurer's report for the month, month ending November 30th. Not a lot's changed since the forecast that I presented last month. I did make a few notes in my update. We did get a little bit, there was one little funding piece that was from the state of Ohio budget, so that did come in, which did increase our revenues a little bit for the month. And then transfers, 5.3, request approval of a transfer from the general fund to the permanent improvement fund. 5.4 is appropriation changes. We did have several changes in student activities, principals fund, and then some permanent improvement stuff. So those are appropriation changes that I need to submit to the county. And then 5.5 is food service spend down plan. It's required that historically we've not able to have a fund balance, and we've had to transfer money to the food service fund. But with COVID and Ray and his team doing a nice job, we do have a surplus in our food service fund, and we are required to have a spend down plan for our fund balance that exceeds 3 months of our cash balance. So we do have 4 initiatives on the food service plan there. We do have a new negotiated agreement that has some raises in it. And then we're going to budget $250,000 for equipment repairs throughout our campuses. And then we're going to do some changes in how we do online meal repayment, hoping to get that rolled out in January. And then food costs continue to rise, and we're going to use some of our balance to pay for those rising food costs.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis, items 5.1 through 5.5. I'll second.
Okay, any questions?
I just want to say I'm very happy that we're going to start absorbing the costs of the online prepayment for meal plans, because it's frustrating for a lot of families to have to incur that extra cost.
Yeah, I really think that will drive more usage to there and will allow parents an easy and convenient way to continue to use it and pay that way. I agree. Less I mean, it would be great to be a cashless system. I mean, that's what
Right.
we're striving to do. This will be, one little step in that direction.
Okay, call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we're back to you, Dr. Motley.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.1, which is the approval of the 2025-2026 district calendar. I'm pleased to share that all members of both unions had the opportunity to vote on the calendar that they found most favorable, and we were able to come up with a hybrid between calendar A and calendar B, which really looks at the end of the semester as well as when OPSI Day falls this year, or during the 25-26 school year. So I do recommend this calendar as proposed for approval.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? I do like this calendar as far as more time before Christmas.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
And thank you and to the participants on the calendar committee that led this effort. It can be quite detailed oriented. I have to say, you can count the days 10 times and come back and count them the next day, and you find yourself that you missed a date. It's happened in every district I've worked in, so Sylvania is just like many others. So thank you for the work of our calendar committee. I do recommend item 6.2, which is a memorandum of understanding for an additional occupational therapist position within the district.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. Any questions or comments? Okay, call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Kim?
Yeah.
Tammy?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.3, payment in lieu of. These have been trickling in for the last couple of board meetings from our different parents. I do recommend the parent in lieu of parental contracts for the 23-24 school year as submitted.
I'll move for approval. I'll second.
Okay, any questions? All right, call the roll.
Tammy?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.4, which is a resolution for our district to participate in the OSBA Legal Assistance Fund.
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
Okay, any comments? All right, call the roll.
Jill?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.5, the appointment of Mr. Timothy Zeroff as Assistant Superintendent commencing January 3rd, 2024 through January 31st of 2027.
July 30th.
July.
July 31st. Trying to cut you off already before you even get started again. Look at that. July 31st of 2027.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Okay, any comments?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
Very excited to have Mr. Zeroff back. He's been missed. And want to say a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Knuckle, who came in to fill some pretty big shoes and has done a great job in the district.
We're going to miss you, Kyle. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So thank you and welcome back.
Okay, call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
I would like to say I echo Ms. Hoffman's words. Kyle, you have steadied the ship. You've brought your wisdom and expertise to our district, and we are grateful and appreciative of you jumping in with both feet and giving it your all. And trust me, we still may get some phone calls from us, just to let you know. In the same token, Mr. Zeroff, we are happy to have you come home. and return to our Sylvania Schools family. And we look forward to continuing the great work that we've done. Kyle has kept it steady for you, and I just welcome the opportunity to work with you and again bring back your dedication to the district, because we know it is a place in your heart, and that's why you're coming home. I don't know if you have any words that you would like to say, Mr. Zeroff?
I do, real quick. I won't be long if you don't mind.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know you guys are all busy, so I just want to take 3 minutes. I think I get. Do I need to say my name and where I live or anything like that? Joking. No, I first of all just want to say thanks for the opportunity to come back home. I'm confident that I communicated in my email last week the justification for this decision that I've made. Thanks to Dr. Motley. I know we met less than 2 weeks ago. You allowed me to work with you and talk with you, or work with you historically and then talk with you with open arms for a long time, and had some great conversation moving forward, and this moved forward pretty quickly. So thank you for listening and offering me this opportunity. Echoing right behind that, all 5 school board members, I know Greg's not here. Thanks for the opportunity again to essentially come back and do what I love to do. I want to thank Josh. I called him about 3 weeks ago. I said, when are you looking to post? And he kind of told me in the next couple of weeks or so, and he kind of said, why are you looking to come back? And I kind of deflected that question a little bit, and he didn't ask too many questions, so thank you for that. Yeah. Adam, contractually with things this past week, thanks for your communication with that. It was pretty much, here's what you're getting, sign it and deal with it. So thank you for that opportunity.
Adam did that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you guys have already said it as well, but thanks to Kyle, I set a half a day about the 3rd week of May. It hasn't been that long ago, last spring, for him to come in. It was 4 hours. We talked about family, talked about fishing, talked about high school basketball, and he was in and out of there in an hour after all that, and he's like, I've got it. I got it under control. And I know, talking to teachers, administrators, support staff members, and especially the last few days, just how you have steadied the ship and kept things going during your tenure, I appreciate it. I'm confident that the transition will be somewhat easier for me than somebody brand new coming in, but having Kyle at the helm the last 5 months, I know that's going to be even easier. So
Listen,
thank you.
all I had to do was get in the chair dry. That's all I had to do.
So thanks. But last but not least, again, thank you to everybody. I appreciate the opportunity to come back to do again what I love to do, and essentially finish my professional career here in Sylvania Schools. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay. We are now, we need to elect the President Pro Tem for the January 2024 organizational meeting.
I nominate Kim Conklin.
I nominate Tammy Lavalette. No, is it you? You're doing it. It's Kim Conklin.
For Pro
Pro Tem.
Yeah, for Pro Tem.
I'll second.
Okay. All right, any questions? Call the roll.
Tammy,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
and Kim.
Okay, yes. Okay, and now I move that we establish January 8, 2024 as the date for the 2024 organizational meeting.
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions? All right, call the roll.
Kim,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Julie.
Yes.
Okay, we are with you, Mr. Taberski.
Thank you. I'll recommend items 9.1 and 9.2 on a consent agenda basis. 9.1, licensed substitute teachers, and 9.2 is a revision for support personnel at our athletic events for the 23-24 school year.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis, items 9.1 and 9.2.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions? Out of curiosity, and I meant to ask you this before, are any of these positions ever filled by, by student support organizations that want to raise money?
I'd
Like
have
the
to-
ticket takers?
I'd
Or,
have to double check with the ADs
Okay.
on who they actually have and pay for those substitutes
Okay.
that are gone. Or Casey, you might know. I don't think so either.
Okay.
I think it's mostly adults.
Okay.
It's a combination of current staff members, which we pay through payroll, and then outside, volunteer.
I mean, do we post these
They're kids,
positions?
typically, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're adult kids.
They're not posted, we just board approve how much we're gonna pay them to take
Right.
tickets at a hockey game, football game, et cetera.
Right, but then how do we pick who takes the tickets and who we pay? Just volunteer?
Organized
ADs,
through
or,
the-
yeah.
Okay, okay. All right,
Julie?
call the roll?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Thank you. I will recommend items 10.1 and 10.2 on a consent agenda basis. 10.1 are classified new hires, and 10.2 is a classified personnel change.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis, items 10.1 and 10.2.
I'll second.
Any questions? All right, call the roll?
Julie?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are at the point for board reports. Greg is not here. Have anything, Julie?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I left all my papers in my car, so I'm gonna try to remember.
Okay.
I had a Sylvania Prevention Alliance meeting the other day. It was really short because it was more like a holiday gathering. They have a hot cocoa run coming up in February you can sign up for. And I don't remember what else was on there. Had a foundation meeting last week. We are all set for the Hall of Fame. The Legacy Award winner this year is going to be Nadia Swade, which is really exciting, so deserving. She was very surprised. We all kept it a great secret. And the rest of the nominees or the inductees have been contacted and have accepted. So that's March. I don't remember the date. I'll be getting invitations. Jody gave an update about her presentation to us. I can't remember anything else.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I don't have anything right now. Jill, do you have anything?
Sylvania Community Services, we had a holiday party. It was very nice. It was held at Highland Golf Course, and that was just this past week. And it was a lot of fun. It was a ugly Christmas sweater contest. So that was kind of fun. Also, the announcement was made that Woodward Preschool did indeed reach a 5-star rating.
Oh, yeah.
Good. So that's all I have.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. All right, we are now at the point for public participation for non-agenda items, and we do not have any. And we don't have an executive session tonight, do we?
We do not.
Yeah, no. All right, so I move that we adjourn this meeting.
I'll second.
Call the roll?
Kim?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Julie?
yes.
Meeting adjourned, 6:30.